I'm joined today in the studio by Fioralba Duma from Down Syndrome Albania. Now, you are a psychology graduate, a communications expert, and most importantly, and probably the biggest job of all, a mother of twins. When I saw you outside, I noticed something. You're wearing some quite interesting socks. Can we see them? I don't know if we can show the camera, if you can get your legs sort of up here.
Like this.
You have some very colourful socks on.
Yeah.
What's this about?
These are the famous mismatch socks, also called lots of socks or rock your socks. There are a lot of campaigns regarding the multicolored socks of the 21st March. Of March, that is the World Down Syndrome Day. It's like this from many years, since 2012 in Albania.
Now, your centre, Down Syndrome Albania, you don't just help children with Down syndrome, do you? You help children, young adults, and people who need it, who are not getting the services elsewhere, who have other learning challenges, conditions, disabilities, such as autism, ADHD. I believe you were doing testing for this as well. It's World Autism Day soon. Is that correct? That's coming up.
Yeah, 2nd day of April. It's the International Day of Autism, if I'm not wrong. International world. But we are a foundation born to raise awareness about Down syndrome in Albania, because there was some stigma years before. Still is, but things are changing, and we see that things are, more, there is more acceptance, more, people are more ready and informed. And I think maybe it can be a job of Down syndrome in 10 years of work. So of course, we have this name, but maybe half of our children have autism or other learning challenges.
Now, autism, I think, is one where there is still a huge amount of stigma, but also a lack of understanding. People don't really understand they think of autism and they maybe think of somebody who can't speak, who can't, interact in any way. They don't understand that autism is on a scale. There are celebrities with autism, with ADHD, who lead regular lives, who do their job, who have families, relationships, It's not something which means you can never do anything normal in your life. What is the situation with the stigma, like in schools, for example, in Albania? What challenges are children facing?
Many years before, the problem in Albania was the inclusivity in the schools missing, totally missing, because people that were visibly disabled or with disabilities, they were put in special schools. So the situation, it is changing. It's changed, actually. And there is more, there are something changing, especially, for example, autism. Autism, it's, you said it too, so it's a spectrum.
Yes.
And it can touch and have some parameters in social skills or intellectual or expression.
Do children in schools here, if they attend a state school, so a public school, can they, if they have autism, ADHD, other learning challenges, can they have assistance from specialists in the school, or is this?
Yeah. And the numbers of the percentage of how many school teacher assistants are supportive teachers are in schools, by class, it's growing up. But we still, as Down Syndrome Albanians, say that this number can improve and can be better, because actually we don't see the role of the teacher, of the supportive teacher, as a supportive teacher for the children with disabilities. But we see the role of the teacher as the teacher of all the class.
Yes.
Because if you have to, like, the teacher in an inclusivity of the class can use some techniques, some strategies to make all the people, all the pupils learn better. And this is not about disability or syndromes. It's something that all the pupils deserve.
Yes, it benefits everybody.
Yeah.
Talk about ADHD as well. I have ADHD and I'm not shy about saying it, but this is something which I found is really not understood in Albania, like at all. I find a lot of creative people I know have ADHD because we're full of ideas and we want to do everything and a new idea and I'm going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And it can be a very positive thing in many ways. But unfortunately, this doctor I saw said, no, adults can't have it. You just want to get your hand on drugs. I was like, if I just wanted drugs, I can go and get them. I don't want them.
Yeah.
Anyway, this kind of stigma is what I'm talking about. When people go to a medical professional and they're looking for help, I mean, I was thinking if this was a woman who was suicidal, suffering from postnatal depression, or someone who was struggling with a substance addiction or something, and they went and asked for help and were told, oh, you're making it up, you're lying. This has a really big impact on people. What sort of services can Down Syndrome Albania provide?
A service we do, it's also the valuation, the early intervention. It's also one of our, we stress a lot about early intervention.
It's really important.
Because in Albania it's not improving as it should be, and it's slowly improving, and there are not many services toward the early intervention, and we try to put this in the priority agenda, and doing the evaluations of children that the family think that maybe they have a disability, something that it's not going regular. So we try to do a lot of evaluations. I don't remember the number, but maybe more than 100 of children this year, and we are at March. This is one of the main services we have. When a child do the evaluation, it's not alone. It has the whole family, if possible, present. So we have to understand also the familiar dynamics inside of the house. And we are a team of multi-approach, of different professionals. So we try to...
But I think sometimes parents here they don't want to confront the fact that maybe their child needs some help or needs a bit of additional assistance. They don't want to get a diagnosis. No, everything's fine, I think there's a stigma with that as well. Parents are they're scared. They don't have information. They think, if my kid is autistic, the neighbors are going to gossip about me, or people will be ashamed. I will have to hide my face from my family. I think there is an element of this as well. And I don't think people realize that these issues, yes, there are challenges for these kids, but if the younger you identify them and the help that you provide, they can live a normal life in many ways.
Yeah, actually, if you think that now the situation is bad, you should
how it was.
See how it was.
Yes.
Actually, we see that a lot of service centers about speech therapy, ABA therapy, or physio, everything. It's pretty, trendy right now, especially in Tirana. And if you go and you are in the echo chambers of this matter in online medias, you see that there is a lot of
This is-
parents asking themselves and
is
making
good.
questions.
Yeah.
This is a good change. And actually, I would say that knowing knowing yourself, knowing your child as a mom, but also as professional, it's something that relieves you, because you can put some reason to what's happening in your life, in your everyday. So
It makes it
better-
easier.
Yeah.
In a way, you at least you know how to handle it, how to approach it. That the kid's not just being
You can-
naughty for the sake of it. You know how to
You
better.
can ask specific help, not just help randomly and without a focus.
Good luck with all of your endeavours and fundraising, and I want some of these socks before they sell out. Thank you.
Thanks you.